Oh, hello and stuff. It is I, Blondie. The game I'm going over is WWF Royal Rumble. Now, it was an arcade game, but it got ported to Dreamcast. So, WWF Royal Rumble, the models and stuff look like they're from SmackDown 1, which I've referenced in this and the last video. I have WWF Shut Your Mouth. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. This is going to be a reoccurring, probably monthly thing, depending on how quickly we can get these out. But I do enjoy doing these a lot. I appreciate you guys would like and stuff if you feel like. If not, do whatever you want about your day. So, WWF Royal Rumble is one of technically 5 Dreamcast Pro Wrestling games for the US. The Dreamcast is region locked. I don't own a Japanese Dreamcast, so you can't play because that's how region lock works, right? So, WWF Royal Rumble is basically a direct arcade rip of the game made by Sega, which was WWF Royal Rumble. So, real quick, the 5 wrestling games on Dreamcast for the US, there's 4, but there's technically a 5th one. So there's this, WWF Royal Rumble, WWF Attitude, which is also on the PlayStation 1, and I believe the N64. I don't think it's on anything else. And then there's 2 ECW games made by Acclaim, the company. Acclaim also made WWF Attitude, and they might have made WWF Warzone. I can't remember off the top of my head. But those 3 games, Attitude and the 2 ECW games, I'm not a fan of. I mean, I own one of the ECW games. Maybe eventually I'll get to it. But so those are the 4 discs, right? So the 4 actual created games. So the only other game that they have, Sega Smash Pack Volume 1, which is funny because Dreamcast died, so it's only the one volume of it. What that game was for is it ported over older games and the game of Virtual Cop and put it on one disc, right? So, the WrestleFest version that I believe is from the Saturn or the Genesis, it's one of the 2. That is another wrestling game you can play on it, but I'm not going to review it, obviously, because it's just a port, but technically there's 5. Alrighty, now that we're getting into this, right? So, WWF Royal Rumble is very unique because, like, it's just different from any other wrestling game I own, to be honest. So, obviously, because the name Royal Rumble, for those who don't know, I'm the WWE/F whatever Royal Rumble. It's an idea made by Pat Patterson, where basically you have 30 it's usually 30 people, and it's basically a battle royal where you start out with 2 people, they wrestle in the ring, right? If you get thrown over the top rope, you're out, right? And as time goes on, more entrants come in, and then the last person standing is the winner of Royal Rumble, yada yada yada, right? So, this game is based off because Royal Rumble in WWF WWE is a pay-per-view. So it's a big event. It's the first major pay-per-view of the year, every year. And the winner gets a shot at WrestleMania for a title that they want, yada yada, right? So the Royal Rumble, like I said, is usually like 30 people, right? Well, this game doesn't even have 30 characters in the roster. It's very bizarre. So you have everybody from, Kane, Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, right? Mankind. So if you actually look at the entire roster, it's not even close to 30. It feels like there's, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21 characters, maybe? But the crazy part about it is there's only 2 unlockable characters, and that's Vince and Shane, which is so weird. That's to unlock. Like, Vince, I can kind of understand, right? Breaking down this game, right? How the game works is you either have 2 modes. Exhibition, which is wrestling for the most part, or you have the Royal Rumble mode. I'm going to go in order. The Exhibition is actually first on there, so I'm going to go over that first, right? Exhibition mode is basically like, it's kind of like an arcade ladder. Like, you win a match, you keep going, right? And then the 10th one is either Vince or Shane right? So, how the game works is you have, assist buttons. So, and the thing is, when you pick a character, you can pick one of the 3 assists they have to do stuff. They're like assist movesets because everybody gets 3, and it varies depending on the character. Like, you can have Undertaker just come in and just tombstone somebody. But because I usually play the Undertaker, you can't pick the same character as your assist. So I have Kane just come like, oh, thanks for toasting him for me, brother. I appreciate that. This shit cracks me up. But yeah, so basically you go all the way through. You win all 10 matches. You unlock, I think it's Vince. I could be wrong. You unlock Vince and Shane by winning the 2 modes, right? So this mode's 4-player, but to unlock them, I think you have to do 1 player. But I haven't actually tried that. I know the Rumble you can win up to 2 people as long as you're one of the players is the last person standing. So you win all 10 people, you win, right? The assists are goofy, it's fun. You can also randomly get invaded by people as the match goes on. Sometimes they just come in and taunt, sometimes they'll try to drop kick you or clothesline you, sometimes you go on the top rope and just jump off into nothing and then just dip. It's actually really funny. It's super dumb. Also, the map can just randomly change to some backstage area. Only in exhibition mode, by the way, for these two things. You know, that's not something in Royal Rumble. Thank God. Oh yeah, we're gonna Royal Rumble randomly in an industrial park. Oh great, thanks for I needed to die again. Alrighty, so after you beat exhibition mode, the only other mode in this game is the Royal Rumble, right? Because it's literally like a direct arcade rip, right? So the Royal Rumble mode is it's kind of dumb. So because the roster only has 21 characters, counting Vince and Shane, you see the same people over and over and over again because you have to eliminate 30 people to win. Now, in the settings menu, you can actually have it where there's no time limit, or you can have it where it's timed and you have to, when you eliminate somebody, it adds time. Same thing with the exhibition, where you can have it where it's timed, you have to beat them in X amount of time, right? Very arcade. And yeah, so like if a CPU knocks out a CPU, it just doesn't count. Like you have to get 30. Can you use continuous? Yeah, like if you get knocked out, you can kind of wiggle out, or if you you're over the top rope and you fall to the ground and you get eliminated, because the port, you can just press start and get back in the game, right? The only thing that's kind of hard about it is if you get all the way through, now eventually at one point there'll be two NPCs that have like a purple, like it's like a hexagon, I think if I remember it, around them with an S. They have a limited special. Now how this game works is, outside of the tag attacks, the grapples, and punches, right? That S, that special stuff, is how you do either your finishers, or it's like a auto break, or auto kick out of a pin, auto get out of the rope to be eliminated, right? It's like your meter, basically. So that's kind of it for the game. It's very simple. It's very fun. There can be like 9, 10 people in the ring in the Royal mode, including players and NPCs. It's really fun. And like you guys know, I rate the games off of how likely I am to put it in that system, not as the game as overall, right? And honestly, dude, this is by far, in my opinion, the best Dreamcast wrestling game you're gonna find. Is it crazy in depth? No. Is there a story mode? No. Is it fucking fun if I have 3 pizzas, 4 people, 2 CRT? I have 2 Dreamcasts. I could just have 8 people playing this game, right? If I have 2 discs of it, right? It's fun. Like, I genuinely think that this would be the only wrestling game I would play on Dreamcast. So it's gonna get a 10 because it's just more fun and better than anything else the Dreamcast has to offer for wrestling games. In the US version, I gotta say that again, I don't own a Japanese Dreamcast. I just have 2 Dreamcasts and they're both US. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I love doing this. It's so much fun. And I think because I haven't got any comments for it, I might do a 360 game next, maybe. I'm thinking about it, but alright guys, have a good day and stuff. I hope everybody's doing real well. You go hug somebody and subscribe if you feel like it. If not, you don't have to. Okay, bye.
Yeah, well there you have it. The game is pretty okay, right, tiny fat boy?